Okay, we're talking about obedience all week long, which really is not like, oh no, obedience, I've got to obey. It's not that way at all once you love Jesus, once you trust Jesus. And yet, there's not going to be any evidence of God's peace, of his presence, unless we put some effort in. Effort. So we've been saying that, right? We've said that is contingent. Intimacy is contingent upon trust. I've got to trust if I want intimacy. And we've been saying that obedience is the consummate expression of trust. Obedience is the consummate expression of trust. If I really trust God, I'll obey him. When I don't trust him, I take matters back in my own hands. If you, when we give financially, we are trusting God with our money. When we give financially, we're trusting God. We're obeying, we're giving, and we give 10%. Like we give 10% of our resources to the work of God. To Yosemite Church. Isn't that nice? I tithe to Yosemite Church. And when I do that, I'm saying, God, I trust you with my money. If I take that back and say, I don't trust you with my money, I think I'll spend it some other way, usually something selfish on myself, it means I don't trust him. I don't trust him to obey him in regard to my finances. When there's an addictive behavior, if we don't trust God, we will not let go of whatever it is that we're compelled to do. An addiction is this. It's something that you've gotten a hold of that now has a hold on you. Addiction is something that you got a hold of that now has a hold on you. And so we're talking about how to break those strongholds, and that obedience to Jesus will only grow out of time with Jesus. Trust in someone grows out of time with. Trust in grows out of time with. One of my, an author that I really love, Andrew Murray, was in the 1800s, was a pastor in South Africa and wrote prolifically. Beautiful articulation of truth that's over 100 years old. He said this: man needs to be alone with God. Without this, God cannot have the opportunity to shine into his heart, to transform his nature, to take possession, and to fill him with the fullness of God. I like that. Man needs to be alone with God. Without this, God cannot have the opportunity. What is he saying? He's saying there's effort. There's effort. I'm not doing effort so God will like me. I'm doing effort so I'll be more like God. Say it again. I'm not doing effort so God will like me. He already likes me. I put in effort so I'll be more like him. And the effort, the first part of the effort is just time with. Most of us who are married know that sometimes it takes some effort to be with our spouse. Why? Because there's all kinds of other things that pull us in other directions. But if you want intimacy with your spouse, you're going to have to spend time with them. And some of you that are listening are not spending much time, and you feel it because the evidence is waning. Today, the big thing I want to leave with you, the big thing I want to challenge you with, is there is effort to gain intimacy and have evidence. If you want the evidence, the fruit of an intimate relationship, you're going to have to invest in that relationship. Lord Jesus, we simply commit to spending quality time with you. Lord, let us breathe in deep to feel and experience your love, to take in your presence, to let you speak to our hearts. Lord, that you might transform our nature simply because we made you our intimate priority, to spend time with you. Honest with ourselves, honest with God. Build this intimacy in us day by day as we pause to be with you, to be still and know you are God. I'll see you tomorrow.